Hello everyone and welcome to GubbaGaming. I am Peter and I'm very pleased that you're here with me. Today we're playing another game for the Philips Videopac G7000 and it's Space Monster. Looking at the pictures on the box, I'd say we're dealing with a Galaga clone. And I went online to read up on this game on Wikipedia. And I started reading about Galaga because that's the game I associate with this sort of gameplay where you have your little turret down below that you can move sideways and you're firing upon a wave of enemy coming from above. But it turns out that Galaga is a sequel to Galaxian, both games made by Namco, and Galaxian is actually Namco's sort of competitor to an older game called Space Invaders. So I associated this gameplay with Galaga, which is also actually released after Space Monster. So Space Monster is released in between Galaxian and Galaga. How about that? So, as the title sort of hints at, there's a Space Monster on top of the waves of enemies, and I have to fight them off. And I'd say, how about we start the game up and see how I do? See you in a bit. Alright, I have my joystick in hand and I'm gonna start the game up. So here's me moving sideways and the Space Monster is up above, and we have some hovering red men firing from some mushroom-like turret. I just took one out. And what are those green things? Those green things are probably shields since they are... Okay, lost my turret there. Okay, so in principle I have 3 lives, it seems. And I have almost wasted... I have wasted them. And here's Mr. Monster. Not very accurate, are you, Mr. Monster? I'm right here. Just put me out of my Oh, there we go. Okay. 1-0, and the game continues. Okay. Oh, took the monster out. And the monster respawns. Okay. So it's really about the hovering red men and their mushrooms, right? I shouldn't call them mushrooms, maybe. They're turrets. Okay, so this is obviously very much like the Galaga I remember. I played a lot of Galaga Deluxe, I believe it was called, on the Amiga 1200 back in the day. A classic game idea. As I said earlier, it's originally a game called Space Invaders. I don't think I've ever played any version of Space Invaders. I have to look into that, see if there's a version available on my Super console, maybe. Maybe an arcade version we can take a look at some time. But anyway, here we are, and I've always destroyed all the mysterious hovering red men. There we go, and the monster goes for attack, and here we go. Ha! So we're tied at 1 each. Okay. Where do we... Damn it. So you need to time when the shield and the mushrooms, I'm just gonna keep saying mushrooms, but when the enemy turrets and the shield are not in line, that's where I have the opportunity not to make a tit out of myself, but I did it anyway. Okay, here comes the monster, but the monster can't aim for shit, so I'm just gonna destroy it. Or am I not? Okay. Well, at least we learned that we can destroy the enemy projectiles. Good to know. Oh, took you long enough there, monster. I actually like the graphical design of the monster. I I suck. I constantly repeat myself on this channel, but you know me, I like when people do good. I like when I'm good at games, so I'm not liking this very much. What was I saying? Yeah, I think the graphical design of the monster is quite cool, and given the system's limitations, I think it looks pretty good. That's what's my point. It looks like an eye with tentacles, or like a spider thing with a big eye. And I can destroy the enemy projectiles. It seems my projectiles are as fast as theirs, so there's a fairness to it there at least. Gotcha! Haha, I can hit the numbers, the score. Number 1 over there. I can actually hit that and make a sound effect. Haha. Strange design choice, eh? Okay, let's see. I'm sorry. If I talk too much, I'm gonna make a mistake. Here we go. So the mysterious hovering red men, if I take away their mushroom-shaped turrets, they can't really do anything. And it seems during the last wave, I was able to take out a red man and leaving his mushroom turret, but in all fairness, it was unmanned then, so it couldn't fire upon me. So there is logic somewhere in this game. On left. Haha! We are tied for 3. Well, imagine being a parent in the 80s and bringing this game home to your kids. I mean, it's really hard, isn't it? It might be that I am very, very bad at this game. I don't know. Okay, just put me out of my misery. Learn how to shoot, stupid monster. And just go for one of the shrooms instead. Wait, it's nobody firing at me anymore. Come on. I'm right here. I want to keep on playing. Can you? Oh, there we go. Finally. How too many have been hit so many times when I'm actually trying to let them hit me. They seem unable. Need to change my strategy, maybe. Not try to win the game, but try to be a sitting duck, and they won't be able to hit me. Ah! So, no, now just a monster can fire upon me. And these mysterious hovering spacemen can't do anything. Can't really hit you there, now can I? Just gonna have to wait before you make a shift. Maybe here? Okay, let's just remove that one then. There we go. We're tied at 4. Makes me chuckle every time I hit the score number and it makes a sound effect. Damn it! Here's a new jingle for GubbaGaming. Damn it! Okay. It's like it's impossible sometimes. Okay, aliens are taking the lead. Come on, Earth. Or maybe I'm defending the galaxy. Not doing a very good job. Alien 7, handsome defender of all life in the galaxy 4. I'm too big. It's hard to dodge when you're a big turret like I am. Aha! Okay, just need to pluck the hovering spaceman. Just the one left. Aha! Gotcha! 7-5. Let's see. Who's the best? If there ever is an actual alien invasion, I hope this is how we decide who wins. Let's fire upon each other for 10 rounds. I'm guessing it's gonna be 10 rounds because the aliens are up 7-5. I'm guessing the game will end at some time. Or maybe it's endless. But anyway, suppose there was a real alien invasion. Wouldn't this be a great way to decide who wins? Well, if we beat you at this game where you fly down in waves and fire at our gun turret, if you beat us 10 times, you can have our planet. I think that make for good war policy. Intergalactic war policy. Ha! 7-6. I'm coming for you, alien bastard. Did I comment on the fact that I can... Did I tell you that I suck? Did I comment on the fact that I can... Fucking... Darn. I can't even get a sentence out before I'm... Haha. Your own people shot you there, Mr. Monster. So if you're right... What I was going to say was, did I comment on the fact that I can destroy their projectiles if I happen to... If we fire right at each other, our projectiles will destroy one another. I think there's a fairness to that, and the fact that I mentioned earlier that both of our projectiles have the same speed, so... I mean, there is perhaps some strategy to be had there, but... Aha, I hit the score. Okay, so I only need to pluck the hovering spaceman. Come at me, bro. Haha! 8 to 7. Here's an idea. If I take your turret there, Mr. Red Spaceman, maybe you should just stroll over to one of your friends and help them man their turrets. So if they get taken out, then you can take over. I don't know. I'm not an intergalactic war strategist. I'm just a dude. Yeah, gotcha! Did I mention the game is difficult? Okay, so now we go for the hovering aliens, which looks strangely very much like myself. So we're tied for 8 points each. Oh, look at that. And look at... barely have time to react, and then they have you. Oh dear. Okay, so let's pluck us some... The game ends when either player gets 10 points. Okay, I think I've seen enough for now. I'm just gonna turn the game off and see you in a bit, and we'll sum up. Okay, so there's Space Monster for you. Not a bad game. I think it was very difficult, of course, much like many of the games at the time. And if I compare it to the last game on the system we played, Freedom Fighters, I don't think this game was cheap in the same way that I think Freedom Fighters was. Freedom Fighters was at its best when you didn't have your lasers, which, if you're playing a space shooter, you kind of want your lasers, don't you? But I think Freedom Fighters with the lasers was cheap because your laser beam was very thin, it was very hard to hit your enemies. This game was more fair. Still very difficult though. It was a classic Space Invaders, Galaga type game, and I enjoyed it. If we are to speak about how this game could have been better, I think if I could either from the beginning move my turret a little faster, or if it was possible to get a power up maybe to momentarily move it a bit faster, that would be great. And maybe also some sort of temporary weapons power up. But I mean, maybe I'm demanding too much from a game released on in December of 1980. I mean, gotta stay realistic here. So within the framework that we're dealing with, a game on the second generation of video game consoles released 45 years ago, I think it's a decent game, and I think it's one of the better ones I've played on this system, at least here on GubbaGaming in modern age, at least. So I thank you for being with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and consider liking and subscribing to the channel, and leave a comment below. See you in the next one. Take care.